Thank you, Madam Speaker. I rise to ask question 6 of 2018 in my name. Can the Honourable Minister for Agriculture, Rural and Maritime Development and Disaster Management and Meteorological Services, in line with the recent cyclone Gita passing through parts of our country, can the Minister update the House on what the Ministry has developed for disaster risk management and responses? Thank you, Madam Speaker.
To give the floor to the Honourable Minister for Agriculture, Rural and Maritime Development, Disaster Management and Meteorological Services.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I thank the Honourable Member for the question. Before I answer the question, Madam Speaker, let me just say two very important things in regards to disaster responses in Fiji. One, we wish to remind all Fijians and all honourable members of this House that we are still in the cyclone season. And let's hope and pray that we will be spared during this session. And because November to April is our cyclone season. However, I wish to state, Madam Speaker, that we've been following the trends lately in Fiji. A lot of times during cyclone seasons, we focus only on cyclones and hurricanes. But with the changing weather pattern, something that this is not only for Fiji, but in most of the vulnerable small island states, particularly in the Caribbean. One thing that is common now is the damage done to countries, vulnerable countries, through heavy, intense rainfall. The weather pattern has changed significantly. This morning we have been talking about climate change. And the trend now is we will have extreme warm, hot weather, and then followed by intense, heavy rainfall as well within a very short period of time. In January, as an example, Tonge in Mba was flooded, and most of the crops within the riverbanks in Mba were damaged. The rainfall, Madam Speaker, was about 3 months rainfall within just a few hours. And this is the trend now in Fiji and most other tropical countries. So let's not only focus on cyclones, let's also be wary of the devastating effects of flooding, because the weather pattern has changed significantly. Disaster risk management responses, and of course specifically on Gita, Madam Speaker. Again, any disaster risk management responses is guided by two parent documents for Fiji. One is the Disaster Management Act of 1998 and the Disaster Management Plan of 1995. Madam Speaker, both these documents are currently under review for various reasons, but I will not go into detail on that. Disaster response management, Madam Speaker, is usually divided into three main segments. One is pre-disasters, period before disasters. Two is during disasters, and thirdly is post-disasters. And pre-disasters, Madam Speaker, the focus is on weather information and warning systems, training and advocacy, likewise capability, and as well as capacity development as well. And of course, if we recall Gita, the warning was consistently because there were two tropical depressions developing during that period. Tropical depression 07 Foxtrot and of course tropical depression 08 Foxtrot respectively. And this was occurring from the period from the 1st to the 9th of February. And of course we had Cyclone Gita on the 9th of February. I thank the National Weather Office and likewise the Disaster Office and the respective arms of government, and of course our partners as well, the various stakeholders, for continuing with the dissemination and preparing the communities as well. I will not go into the details. But during during Gita, the local communities were, I can say, well prepared based on the information that they received. And one thing that we applauded during Cyclone Gita was the communication that we had prior to, and of course even during and after Gita, where it was still possible for us to communicate with the communities, particularly the Turanganikoros in the respective villages of the affected islands. There were evacuation centers, as usual, activated, and in Onelau, in the 4 villages we had 8. In Batoa we had 1 evacuation center, and of course Kandau as well. And about 1,105 people moved into these evacuation centers. Again, this is very positive. Lessons learned. Most people are now very responsive and of course taking seriously the advices that they are given, and of course moving earlier and rather than regretting later to the safe evacuation centers prior to the cyclone hitting these various communities. On our post-disaster response, Madam Speaker, in the first few days we were waiting for the, while we were communicating with the communities, we were also waiting for the Australians who, through the Minister for Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, assured us that they will provide some aerial photographies for us, and that they did provide. And of course we also sent the team on the 18th on 2 government vessels, the Ililabatu and Batulawa, to take the team over, and of course with the relevant stores for assistance. We focused mainly on water needs because water sources was in great demand, and of course the need for them to have some food, and of course to carry out the damage assessment as well. The damage assessment, Madam Speaker, has been completed, and it's now with the NDMO office and will be submitted to Cabinet shortly. Thank you, Madam Speaker.